If you can't bear the thought of tracking another calorie, but you really want to see results, watch this video until the end and I'll share with you 3 alternative methods. Calorie counting has been popularized over the years, especially since the development of apps such as MyFitnessPal, and understandably so. I personally think calorie counting is a brilliant method to understand your food intake and how that affects your results. And everyone should carry out this task for a small portion of their lives. I use this method with some of my clients and some of them get very good results from it. But I completely understand that it can be a bit of a ball ache. Repeatedly typing in foods, scanning packets and searching over and over again. This is the reason I don't currently track calories and I don't expect anyone else to do so if they don't want to. You are in luck though. We've got lots of methods to use as an alternative and I'm going to share 3 of them with you today. Before we dive in though, I just want to clarify one very important point. Even if we don't track calories, calories still matter. They are the biggest driver and influence over our results, and whether or not we know the number of calories consumed, all of these methods we're going to be talking about are just different ways to reduce calories. Now we've got the boring bit out of the way, let's dive in. The first method is fasting. Instead of worrying over which food you can eat, how much, and have I scanned it on my phone, some people find it easier to limit the time in which they can eat. There are so many methods to fasting, but a popular method is fasting is 16-8. You don't eat for 16 hours of the day, and the other 8 you can fit your normal meals in. This sounds fancy, but you're basically just skipping breakfast. You start the day with eating lunch and then continue your normal eating habits from that point. By limiting the time in which you will eat, you are hoping that you will be eating less and therefore reducing your calorie intake. The second method is the hand method. Now this method is largely focused on controlling portion sizes. We're going to be using the size of our hands to determine the amount of certain types of foods we should be eating. Now this is going to be very individualized and tweaked over time and probably would work best if you're working with a coach or a trainer like me. But let me give you an example of how this works. We've got several methods of measurements: our palm, our fist and our thumb. A typical recommendation could be to eat 1 palm of protein, 2 fists of veggies, 1 fist of carbs and 2 thumbs of fats in every meal. Now this will be different for everyone, depending on age, weight, activity levels, goals. Not every meal fits into this guideline, but it gives you a rough starting point over portion sizes. The third method is to replace a meal with a shake. Do you know that dusty protein packet you've stuffed under your kitchen sink from 1997? Well, now is the time to use it. Actually, you're probably going to need a new one. Choose one of your meals in the day and just replace it with a protein shake. The chances are you're going to be increasing your protein intake, which will help with weight loss, and I'll talk about in a lot more detail in a later video. And you're going to be reducing your calories, which will definitely help with weight loss. No need to make a fancy shake with added milk, cream, berries, and everything else you can find in the fridge. Just keep it simple. And remember, the aim of the game is to reduce calories. If you've tried tracking calories and you've been unsuccessful in the past, then congratulations. You have found something that doesn't work for you. Now we can move on to find a method that does work for you. All of these methods I've talked about are going to require some tweaking over time. They're never going to be a single light bulb moment and change your life because you've watched a video on YouTube. Trial it out for a period of time. See how it works for you. Does it fit in with your schedule? Are you getting the results you want? If not, then move on to a different method and try something else. I hope you found these tips helpful, and if you'd be so kind to hit that like and subscribe to my channel, that would prevent me from crying myself to sleep again.